So I'm starting here in Premiere, where I'm editing together the source footage, which is a combination of some footage we shot with Baden of him singing against a brown screen, cut to brown screen. This is the brown screen. Soft as a and that's all cut together with stock footage of smoke and fire, and then later in the clip crash test footage. Now all of this gets output to a video file and sent over to VDMX, which is just used as sort of a playback mechanism. VDMX is playing the clip and outputting it as a siphon source. And that's being sent into this openFrameworks app, which is the main effect. The effect draws a whole stack of horizontal lines, and then it looks at the image and determines the brightness of the pixel under that particular part of the line and displaces the line in Y. So this is actually a 2D effect, and the 3D quality of the effect is an illusion. So that's capturing a siphon stream, processing it, and then sending it out again over siphon, where it's coming into here, being recorded as a video. Obstinate, I am sad. The next step is take every frame of that video and save it as an image, but I also wanted to be able to overlay a little piece of text saying the frame number and having a title of the track. So you can see here, so as we go through them, the frame ticks up. The solution I came up with was this. It's another little openFrameworks app. It's very, very tiny. You can see that's pretty much the entire program there. And what this does, if I start it going, it loads in the video that Siphon Recorder captured, and it steps through the frames, one frame at a time, overlays this little piece of text, and then saves it out as a PNG. So that steps through creating the images that will be printed out and then recaptured on a lightbox with a camera, and then converted back into an image sequence and synced back up to the music. That's what 3,500 pages of paper look like, and they've got to go through that and get printed on. First 200 pages, print. I'm up to frame 2,500. Here it comes. It is now dark, and it's taken 5 cups of tea. Finished. So after quite a long night of printing, there are the finished frames in various piles. And here's the recapturing rig. So we've got a light box, a frame to center the piece of paper. There's the frame that I'm currently capturing. And so we put it on the thing, take a photo, get the next frame, line it up, take another photo. And we do that 3,500 times. So, capturing all these frames last night, I got through almost 2,000 of them. But in the last batch I loaded all the photos onto the computer, and then I realized that at some point all the images went dark. And I checked the camera settings in the metadata in the images, and that was all the same. And what happened is one of these globes in the lightbox blew, and I didn't notice. So tonight we're popping a new globe in and starting from frame 1752. Ah, crap! This is too long. Next day. Correct size. Okay, we're up and running again. We've got a new globe in the lightbox. We've got this stack of 500 frames to get through. Then that stack and that stack. I've got a Wes Cecil lecture, a glass of whiskey, and a big stack of things. This is the last pile. It's 10 to 4 in the morning, and this is the last frame. Ah, this is the second to last frame. Okay, it's 9 to 4 in the morning, and this is definitely the last frame. Yeah. So all the frames have been captured. I brought them in here to Darktable. A few interesting things happened. So since that globe in the lightbox blew, and I replaced it, there's a change in color in the clip from the frames that were captured with the older globe. So you can see here in this run of photos they were sort of a little bit darker, and then this is where I put the new globe in. So I've exported all these images as PNGs and brought them in here into After Effects, where I've corrected that little bit of color. So you can see that if we run through, you can see it sort of gets bright all of a sudden. So I fixed that, and I've done a little bit of extra color correction. And also after bringing it in, I discovered it was a little shakier than I wanted. I definitely wanted some shakiness, but it was a little too shaky, so I've stabilized the footage and set it up so I can adjust the amount of stabilization, so I can keep some of that shakiness, but also pull it down a little bit to make it a little bit more gentle. So the clip is done. I've exported it at 4K, and here it is. I'm quite happy with it, really. I think if I was to do it again, I'd probably use a dimmer light box and a longer exposure.
just to limit the paper grain. One thing that's definitely happened is this paper grain, because it's random and changes every frame, YouTube's compression hates it, absolutely hates it, and it looks like garbage. So YouTube isn't this is how not to make a video for YouTube, is to have something with a lot of noise in the background like that. It just looks terrible. So this is going on Vimeo, and that's it. It's the 17th of May at 1:20, so I don't quite know how long this took, but it took a while, and it's done.